millennia, humans have looked up at the night sky and wondered, what lies beyond Earth? These humans have longed to explore, and they wanted to see what the rest of the universe contains.
Now, we are on the verge of doing just that, because NASA is planning on sending humans to Mars to explore and eventually colonize it.
A mission to Mars is now being considered by the American government, and it is vital not only to the United States, but to mankind that this opportunity is taken.
Welcome back to another episode of Space Talk. Today we'll be discussing a topic in space that is currently a source of much debate. The topic is whether the red planet, Mars, should be colonized. Through this short show, you'll soon learn the reasons why the colonization of Mars is so crucial for a few of NASA's scientists. Now, we can take you to listen to two experts on the colonization of Mars.
Hello, I'm Matt Crane, scientist from NASA, and I'm here with my team to explain to you why it is so important that Mars is colonized. Not only would it solve problems humanity will face in the future, but it would
provide rich natural resources that can be used on Earth. And finally, colonizing Mars will help advance technology and develop major breakthroughs in science.
Thank you, gentlemen. We now have a quick commercial break. Coming up next, we have an exclusive experiment with these scientists. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Robert Zubrin, and I am the CEO of the Mars Society. The Mars Society is the world's largest and most influential space advocacy organization dedicated to the human exploration and settlement of the planet Mars. We work to educate the public, the media, and the government of the benefits of exploring Mars and creating a permanent human presence on the red planet. Please help us by donating today and becoming a member of the Mars Society. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now we're meeting up with a few botanists to discuss fertilization on Mars.
For our experiment, we're going to be testing different elements that can be used as additives that are found on Mars to see which fertilizer is best in helping plants grow on the red planet with a limited amount of water.
Since this experiment would take a very long time to complete, we will model it for you. We will gather fertilizer that will consist of sulfur, magnesium, and potassium. We will put the fertilizers into the same type of soil and see which helps plants grow the most. We will be using a potato as the plant.
We will plant the fertilizers, each 1 cup full, and add 4 ounces of water to each plant every day for a week. This experiment shows that it's possible to grow plants on Mars from the elements abundantly there. And this is just an EDD of what we're doing. And for our hypothesis, we think that if the element is sulfur, it will grow the most because sulfur is a common element found in many fertilizers that has a lot of nitrates in it, that helps plants grow a lot because it's essential to have nitrates when you grow. And also some constants will be water added, 4 ounces a day, type of soil fertilizer planted in, and where they are grown, so each of them has the same amount of sunlight.
After we complete this experiment, we will be able to see which additive can help our fertilizers the most. And with this, we will be able to find out how to grow plants and foods the best, so hunger will not be an issue on Mars.
Wow, that truly is amazing. You can use elements commonly found on Mars to use as fertilizer for plants and food. Now we have a quick commercial break. Hi, we are the Planetary Society, founded by Louis Friedman, Carl Sagan, and Bruce C. Murray in 1980. Our mission is to collect money that can be put towards NASA's space exploration. The Planetary Society also gives individuals a role in the exploration of space, provides information about the space to the public, and raises money to help lobby for laws that support space exploration. Please support us so we can continue to further our knowledge of the solar system. You can find out how to donate to us at planetary.org. Thank you. Welcome back. Now we have a couple of scenarios that could happen if we possibly colonize Mars.
It is the year 2100. The world is faced with extreme overpopulation, having 11.2 billion people. As a result of this, there is little to no room for farming and agriculture, and there are more people to feed. In the early 2000s, there were about 7 billion people in the world. Now, with 11.2 billion, Earth has grossly exceeded the population maximum at 10 billion. At the time, people were realizing that overpopulation was becoming an issue, but they did nothing to change it. NASA was trying to get the funds and approval to start a mission to Mars, but the government did not give it to them. Now, in these unsanitary and dangerous circumstances, people are beginning to die because of disease and hunger. The need to colonize Mars is dire.
We have over 1 million people on the red planet, and there are more on the way. NASA has been given the funds to do many missions to Mars, and we've been farming with fertilizer and have plenty of food for survival. Earth is spacious again, and the cure for overpopulation is being solved.
As you can see, overpopulation can be a huge threat in the near future, and colonizing Mars can be the solution to just that. Another reason why we should colonize Mars is because of the rich elements and natural resources that can be found on it.
Look over here. It's the metal aluminum.
And here is the rare metal titanium. Do you know that Mars has twice the abundance of metals that Earth does?
When we bring these metals back to Earth, they could really help us out.
I agree.
As you can see, Mars is home to an abundance of rare metals and natural resources. Because of this, we should definitely colonize it. Speaking of colonizing Mars, our third and final reason will be delivered by me and my experts ourselves.
Another reason why we need to colonize Mars is that it would spur many technological breakthroughs.
For example, when NASA was preparing to send astronauts into orbit and to the moon in the 1960s, they had to develop a lot of new technology which we still use today.
If NASA chooses to undertake a mission to Mars, many advances would inevitably be made, and that would help our country tremendously.
These advances show that going to Mars would not only help America remain on the cutting edge of science, but they would also trickle down into the lives of everyday Americans.
Now, this is very important, and it's just another reason why it is necessary.
Now we're meeting with one of our scientists from NASA to do a quick recap of tonight's show.
We've gone over a few very good points tonight about how going to Mars would not only be very beneficial for America, but also the world. One being Mars has very many good natural resources like aluminum and titanium. They are much more abundant on Mars than they are here on Earth. The second reason is it would fuel innovation of new technology and products that it would be very good for the everyday citizen. The final and probably the most important reason is that overpopulation is starting to become an issue in the world. There are about 7.2 billion people here right now, and that number is only growing. And going to Mars and being able to colonize it is a very good option to have to lessen the effects of overpopulation.
That will be all for tonight. Thank you. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's episode about global warming. Thank you, and have a good night.
That's too much sauce. That's too much sauce. Protect Philippe, the plain one. That's too much sauce.